Yo, what is up, CHH fans? What you're about to watch is part 2 of the discussion that I had with CHHysteria. In today's video, we might be digging a little bit deeper into what could stop the CHH assumption. What steps does CHH need to take in order for people to see its potential? Hope you enjoy the video. So, what would you say is a type of album or like a type of, I don't know, quality, I guess, that CHH albums have that would possibly make that stigma die down, or the assumption of CHH sort of calm down?
Like CHH being corny,
right?
And like less good than secular,
right?
Okay.
Would you think that's more of like a message
Good
thing,
question.
or more of a sonically thing, or a bit of both?
I think it's a lot of both, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because there's always, like, for a while, and I think we're getting better at this, and I'll get into that in a second, but like CHH, like, it has its phases where you see people like market themselves, or like, I am Juice World but Christian. But like,
Yeah.
no, like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like, I mean, not saying that's, but so it's like like CHH has been known to just kind of take secular sound and put a Christian spin
Ooh.
on it, and that's not bad per se. But what I would love to see is they take inspiration from secular sound and put their own spin on it as alongside with the Christian. And I think we're getting better at that, because like, maybe I'm wrong,
Right.
but I don't think there's anyone out in secular space that sounds like 350.
Bruh!
You know what I mean? It's like we're getting
Talk.
more artists that are their own like artists.
Talk.
So like when because I want CHH to be like, so I feel like Christians should be the ones pushing art and
Right.
like culture, not the other way around. Culture pushes art and Christians too much,
Right.
right? So like, what I would love to see, I want CHH to be the point where like you start seeing, oh, this is a secular Nic D, or this is a secular Battz.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to see. Not like this is the Christian Juice World.
Yo, that
You know
would
what
be
I'm saying?
dope.
It's like, I want to get to the point where like CHH is known for being like high quality
Right.
pushing art, because we serve an excellent God. We gotta be making excellent art, because he didn't make mediocre creation. You know what I mean? Like,
Like,
yeah.
nah,
But what do you think, Cooper?
that's good.
Oh wait, or go ahead.
Sheesh.
No, I think I think the way you put that really makes sense. And like, yeah, like specifically, like we serve an excellent God, so why the heck are we making mediocre stuff?
Right.
Like, I feel like CHH also should put, I don't know. I feel like CHH can put more of an emphasis on sound. Like, I feel like some CHH people are too afraid to say, oh, you need to work on your sound, because it'll come off, they think that it'll come off as like too like culture, or like
Right.
you know,
Right.
like not Christian. But in reality, it's just, I don't know, like it's kind of a tough situation, because like, yeah, in one way you can take it in that way as an artist, like you can take it and be like, oh, it's just like a, you know, someone who doesn't care about the message at all.
Right.
But in reality, it can be someone who does care about the message, but just wants to push your sound, because you should push your sound. Like, you should push yourself. You should push
That is
yourself
so
to
good.
create better things.
That is.
Like,
that's-
you know, we shouldn't settle for mediocrity. So,
Sheesh.
Yes, sir.
Dude, nah, I feel that, bro. I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel like lyricism is very underrated. I feel like there was this TikTok Andy Mineo did, and that sounds mad stereotypical Generation Z to reference a TikTok. But like, he did this TikTok, and like at the end of it, it was on this David Livick video too, I was watching the other day. But he was basically saying like, it's been great to make music that is the soundtrack for people's life, the soundtrack for losing weight, the soundtrack for even people growing near to their faith, right? And that all comes with what he's saying, but also it comes with like the sound, right? Like, your lyricism is important, right? You might be the soundtrack to someone's freedom, the soundtrack that gets somebody away from doing bad things, or out of habits that weren't quite good for them. But nobody's gonna replay the song unless God leads them to, or unless they just like it for some reason, if it's bad production, right? Thus, you can't really minister to somebody,
sure.
right? Your lyrics can't like go deep into someone and really resonate with somebody if the sound is clashing with what you're saying, right? So like, You know what I'm saying? It's kind of wild. Like if you're singing opera, right, but you're in a library, it's not gonna work, right? Like you're gonna get kicked out. Like you're not gonna get the audience you need. You're not gonna get the reception you want because these people want quietness, and you over here trying to be the Mona Lisa of music. Like chill, like no, but like, I'm just saying like it's real, bro. Like people, if we realize that sound matters, but what we say matters more. We can like combine the two, and then we can make amazing things, right? Amazing things that both impact CHH, Christians who aren't in the CHH, and then people outside of that, bro. And I think that's what's really important, bro. Like we gotta spread the message, bro, and we gotta do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, bro.
For sure,
dude.
Yeah,
dude, man.
And if we're talking about like impacting people's life, right?
Right.
Like I think sometimes we sleep on we always think about the lyrics, right? But like the production is so important because the music, like you can listen to instrumental music and feel the emotions, right? So like,
dude.
So like the instrumentals of your like beats and everything are super important because they set the mood and like they're gonna make an impact because like, like if you listen to something that has a stale beat with great lyrics, it's not gonna impact you in the same way. It's not gonna capture you if if the beat matches the energy of like the lyrics or like the impactfulness of the lyrics. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, and again. Kind of like what you were saying, are you going to listen to a song that sounds great, but like the lyrics kind of whatever? Or are you going to listen to a song that has great lyrics, but the sounds kind of whatever? You're always going to go back to the one that sounds good because...
Yeah.
Dude, no, that was good. Like, seriously, like, I'd rather listen to a good beat, and as much as I hate to say this, it's bad lyricism. So my next question is, what do you think a new fan, like, what do you think brings new fans in, right? Because it seems like people in general, not just Christians, but people in general are seeking what's real. So do you think that would be something that's telling a story where they're talking about their life, or something more like we can make hits too, even though we're Christian? Because I was looking at like not CHH content, but like content in general outside of music, and like I realized numbers are kind of crazy, bro. Like, have y'all ever seen those videos where somebody will take a picture of themselves for like 12 years in a row? And those videos have like millions and millions of views. And I'm thinking that's like people want to feel like they're part of the process, right? Like they want to feel like they know who you are. They want to feel like they're aware of who you are. And then you got like the Mr. Beast with millions of views as well. And then making videos that are like competition based and hype based and entertainment focused. So what do you think would draw in more of an audience? Like somebody letting you know who they are, or up front through story and exposing themselves and whatever that may look like, or somebody who draws you in with their sound sonically, and then also like what they bring to bars and all that stuff?
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day actually, or something similar. So as far as like what you're talking about, I'm gonna like answer that, and then like I think kind of like go off a little bit of a rabbit trail.
No, you're good, bro.
Like question based off of it, but as far as like I think. It doesn't necessarily matter. Like, it's going to be different for each person, right? Actually, this is what I'm going into. So, like, I think we need high quality and high quantity of everything, right? So, like, what we need is, because there's, like, okay, so if you go back 10 years ago, there was, like, a specific CHH sound, and that was CHH, right? Ooh. And that's not for every person, or not everybody.
Sheesh.
Right? So, what CHH, like, and what it's gotten better at, especially recently, I feel like, or maybe I'm just more knowledgeable on it.
You're good, bro.
But we've entered different subgenres, right? So, like, there's CHH artists that make, like, this rage, like that trippy red rage style, right? There's CHH artists that do kind of like that, more like like the drums and screaming type thing. There's CHH artists that do trap. There's, so you can find, like, anything. You can find, like, all those subgenres. Like, we need high quantity and high quality in each single one, you know what I mean? In every single stage of life. So, like, we need people that are talking, like kind of going back to, like, that make music specifically for Christians, that are made to disciple Christians, right? We need that for because that's, we got to disciple people, right? But then we also need, like, people like Nic D, right? Because, like, I mean, he's more pop now, but he's still a part of he's kind of a part of CHH, right? That's where he came from. And he works with a lot of CHH people. So I think he's really important too, because he's going to be able to reach a different audience in, like, I don't know, like Beautiful Eulogy. I mean, they're not really active anymore, but I was just trying to think of like something on like the opposite side, right? So I think it's important that we have everything, but not just everything, but like it's good, right? Because again, going back to the last thing, it needs to sound good.
Right.
But then as far as like what to bring new fans in, I think that would be like the most important one. But then also like, you know, you just gotta like people are gonna follow. There's so many musicians or so many artists to find nowadays. Like there's millions, right, on like Spotify, Instagram, and stuff. So you have to stick out and like get to like kind of like be you,
Ooh.
right? So like people are gonna follow you and then follow your music. Ooh. So like on social media and stuff like that, you gotta like market yourself in a way that you're unique and like people are gonna like you because. Right. You're you. You know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense. I think that answers the question. I don't know if that did.
No, that
let me know if not. But
no, definitely, bro.
Cool. But yeah, that's what I would say.
That's real, yo. That's good, man. What about you, Cooper? Before cause I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that, bro. Definitely, man. Dude.
Yeah, like, I feel like the most important thing to draw new fans in is not only being real, because I feel like a lot of hip hop and just in general is that like we have this like I don't know what the correct word is, but like we have this thing that we want to act real, but we also want to act like a certain thing, even if that isn't real to us. So like certain like even you see this everywhere. Like you see this in CHH, you see this in like secular hip hop, but like we see people who like act like they say they want to act real, but then they put up a persona type of deal.
Ooh.
Which is like, that's its own separate thing of like whether that's good or not. But right. So if we want to attract people, because a lot of people, they're getting kind of tired of that, which is fair because like it's kind of annoying to see.
Yeah, I hear that.
And it's hard to see that like your personal favorite artist gets exposed for this and this and this or whatever type of deal, and they're like then they like it changes your perception of them to the point where like sometimes you can't listen to them anymore.
Like Gavi.
Yeah, like so exactly. Like Gavi is the perfect example of that. Like such a sad situation.
In our space.
Yeah. So if we want to, like, a lot of hip hop fans and a lot of people in general prefer real people over fake people. Woo. So if we want to attract people, we need to be real in the sense of like, and we have a lot of that in CHH of like we are very real about our struggles with right. like our religion and our like faith and stuff like that. But we need to be just like I feel like everyone needs to be real. To a certain degree, like everyone needs to be honest and vulnerable and open, and I feel like that will draw more people in, because if someone sees a space where they can genuinely be them, they're more likely to be in that space because they can be themselves. They don't have to put up this act of like, oh, I'm this hard gangster guy, when in reality they're from the suburbs and they grew up in a $50,000 home. Like.
I feel that. That's real, bro. That makes sense. I was literally watching something about NF. Don't ask why. I don't listen to his music anymore, but I was just intrigued, and I was like, wait, this is like before he was famous. Yo, but it was basically like he was basically in this interview, and he was like, yo, I never did drugs, I never shot anybody or any of that stuff, but like I was rapping what I listened to, so he embodied what he would hear and would rap about that. And I feel like there's an audience too that is similar to that, but not making music, where they're like, yo, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I literally don't even have a girlfriend, so I can't be like an emo sad dude right now. I'm just looking for authenticity.
Well, you can.
You can. You can just like randomly
be emo about that. Anyway, go ahead.
Yo, that's wild, bro. Yeah, for real, bro. But like, yeah, man, where it's like they don't know how they can fit into even the mainstream industry, but like if we're being authentic over here, right, and our sound is good and they're not ashamed to be part of or claim that they're into CHH, I think that's really important. And it's like what both of y'all were saying, like it's important to have discipleship songs for the Christians, but then it's also important to have songs like for the people, like what Andy Mineo said, that Beam said, like for the kids, like for the homies. But also, like...
For the kids.
For the kids, I'll do it for the kids. Okay, anyway, before I get into that, like, we have to have songs, and we have songs like this, but we need more, and I think we're getting to that place, which is amazing. But, like, we need to have songs that even Christians aren't ashamed to share. Like, not ashamed of the gospel, but, like, yo, this is corny. I love this artist, but I know the person I know won't like this, so why should I share it? Like, I'll keep it to myself, but... we need to make music that even the people who are into CHH feel comfortable sharing, because the way we get more fans is through the fans, right? Like, of course there are fans who just happen to come by it
Yes,
and
sir.
see it, right? Like, you see somebody on TikTok or YouTube, whatever happens. But like, in most cases, fans are the reasons we get more fans, right? Like the Lecrae's, the indie Mineos, right, paving the way, and then everybody else that comes after them, reach records, signing more people. Fans go straight to the new artists because they're co-signed by these bigger artists, right? So we love artists because other artists love them, right? So it's same for fans, right? If the fan loves that person, then other fans might too, even in the mainstream space. So, dude, that's crazy. That makes a lot of sense. Sonically, that's interesting.
Yeah, and going like for what you're saying about how to make new fans, like the fans make new fans, right? Like I was driving around with my like a friend of mine that's not Christian, and Southern Hospitality by Battz started playing,
Oh my God.
and he rocked with it so hard, he had no idea it was Christian. Or if I play RG to someone, I don't tell them it's Christian until they're like, wow, that was really freaking good. They just find out for themselves. Because like if you tell them it's Christian rap, like here's a tip: if you're showing someone Christian rap, don't tell them it's Christian rap. Just say I like this artist. Show it to them. They'll like it more than if you told them it was Christian rap. More than likely.
Right.
Because a lot of times
Right.
when you say it's Christian rap, you're gonna check it and be like, well, this is gonna suck.
Right.
But yeah, anyways.
What's happening, CHH fans? You just watched part 2 of my discussion with CHHysteria. Make sure to follow them on all their social platforms and subscribe to them on YouTube. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next video.